You may be doing everything for your dog, feeding them on time, buying toys, taking them for walks, and teaching them basic commands. But there is one thing your dog needs more than all of that. And strangely, it is so simple that many owners hear it and think, there's no way it's just that. Today, your dog may have already sent you a very small signal, a head turn, a moment of standing still, a gentle touch of the nose, but you may have misunderstood it completely. In this video, I'll show you 5 things your dog quietly needs from you. Not to make you feel like a bad owner, but to help you realize this. Sometimes your dog has already spoken. We just haven't learned how to listen yet. Stay until the end, because number 4 is the thing many owners get wrong the most, and it may change the way your dog learns to trust you. 1. Why shouldn't you stare at your dog when they do something wrong? You know this moment. Your dog has just chewed up a pair of slippers, knocked something over, or taken something they were not allowed to have. You turn around, look straight at them, hold that eye contact for a long time, and call their name in a serious voice. You think you are saying, "I'm disappointed because you did something wrong." But in a dog's world, direct, stiff, prolonged eye contact is not just a reminder. It can feel like a threat. Many people see their dog lower their head, freeze, glance upward, tuck their ears back, and say, they know they're guilty. But the truth may be different. That is often appeasement behavior. Your dog is not confessing. They are trying to calm you down. In dog body language, freezing, lowering the head, avoiding eye contact, licking the lips, or making the body smaller can mean, please don't make this situation more tense. I don't want a confrontation. The problem is, if this happens again and again, your dog may start to learn that your eyes are not always safe. They may not necessarily be afraid of you, but they have to guess whether today you are the gentle person they know or the person who is about to put pressure on them. Translated into dog language, they may be saying, I don't fully understand what you want, but I know this look makes me feel unsafe. The right response is to interrupt the behavior without challenging your dog. If your dog is chewing something, calmly take it away and replace it with something they are allowed to chew. If your dog knocks something over, clean it up and manage the environment better next time. If you need to call them, use a short, clear voice without staring them down. You don't need to win against your dog with your eyes. You need to become the person your dog still wants to come closer to after everything has passed. 2. Why should you let your dog finish when they come to check on you? There are moments when your dog comes over to you very quietly. They don't bark, don't ask to play, and don't put their paws on you. They simply sniff your hand, touch their nose to your arm, bring their face close to yours for a few seconds, and just stand there. Many owners immediately reach out and pet their dog's head because they think they came over to be loved. But sometimes, your dog is not coming over to ask for affection. They are coming over to check on you. Dogs read the world through scent far more than we realize. Your body odor, breathing rhythm, sweat, tension, tiredness, and even your emotional state can all become information to them. When your dog comes over to sniff you, they may be asking, "Are you okay?" A common misunderstanding is turning every moment your dog comes close into a petting session. But if your dog is checking on you, touching them right away is like interrupting a sentence before it is finished. In your dog's mind, that moment may have a very clear purpose: to gather information about the person they are bonded to. They want to know whether you are calm or unsettled, healthy or tired, safe or going through some kind of change. Translated into dog language, they may be saying, "Let me understand you for a moment. I need to know what state you're in." The right response is to keep your hands still. Don't rush to pet them. Don't immediately pull them into your lap. Let your dog sniff, touch you with their nose, stand close to you, and then end the moment on their own. If afterward they lean into you, look up at you, or place their head into your hand, then you can respond. When you let your dog finish what they came over to do, you are sending a very deep message. Your signals matter. I won't turn every moment of yours into a need of mine. And a dog who is allowed to finish their sentence will often begin to speak to you more. 3. Why should you prepare your dog before a difficult change? As humans, we know how to prepare for change. Moving to a new home, having a baby, bringing in a new pet, changing our work schedule, someone in the family leaving, taking a long trip, or having to leave the dog with someone else for a few days. You have a reason. You have a schedule. You have language to explain what is happening, but your dog does not. For your dog, the world simply changes all at once. Yesterday, everything still followed a familiar rhythm. Today, boxes are being packed. The smell of home is disappearing. Strangers are coming in and out. Their owner is busier than usual. A new living being appears, or the person they love is suddenly no longer home the way they used to be. Many owners think they'll get used to it. And yes, many dogs will. But the cost of getting used to it on their own can be sleeplessness, restlessness, clinginess, more barking, loss of appetite, or withdrawing. Those signs are not stubbornness. They are the nervous system trying to understand a world that no longer feels like yesterday. Dogs need transition. They need to sniff the moving boxes before the house is packed up. They need to visit the new home a few times before moving there completely. They need to get familiar with the baby's room through scent and small sounds before everything becomes too overwhelming. They need to keep a few old rituals when everything else is changing. Translated into dog language, they may be saying, "I don't need you to explain it with words. I need you to give me time so my body can understand what is happening." The right response is to prepare gradually. When a big change is coming, keep their meal times, bathroom routine, sleeping spot, familiar blanket, and familiar tone of voice as steady as possible. Don't change everything at once. Let your dog approach the new thing at their own pace. Because for a dog, change is never neutral. It can feel like a loss of safety, and a sensitive owner does not only care for their dog on normal days, they also guide their dog through the most confusing days with stability. 4. Why must you allow your dog to say no? This is the most important part. Dogs have a very real vocabulary, but it does not come through words. It comes through the body, turning the head away, licking the lips, yawning when they are not sleepy, taking a small step back, suddenly becoming stiff. The tail stops wagging. The eyes look off to the side. All of these signals can be a very clear sentence. Not right now. I don't want this. Please stop. But many owners ignore them. A child wants to hug the dog turns their face away, and the adult says, "It's okay, they're friendly." A stranger reaches out to pet the dog's head. The dog gently avoids the hand, and the owner says, "They're just a little shy." During grooming, the dog licks their lips and becomes stiff, but the owner keeps going because they think it has to be finished. A common misunderstanding is thinking that a good dog should be able to tolerate everything. But a calm dog is not always a consenting dog. Sometimes they are simply trying not to make the situation worse. When a small no is ignored too many times, the dog learns that soft signals do not work. And when soft signals are not heard, they may have to speak louder, growling, showing teeth, flinching, biting, or completely shutting down and just enduring it. Translated into dog language, they may be saying, "I already told you very quietly. Why didn't you hear me?" The right response is to protect your dog's right to refuse. If your dog turns their head away when a stranger wants to touch them, say, "Not today." If a child wants to hug them, guide the child to gently pet the dog's side instead, or simply sit nearby without hugging. If your dog becomes tense during grooming, pause for a few seconds, let them breathe, then continue more gently. If you have ever noticed your dog licking their lips, turning their head away, or standing stiffly when being forced into an interaction, comment number 1. Not to blame yourself, but to mark the moment that from today on, you are beginning to hear their quiet language. A dog whose no is respected does not need to escalate. They can trust that when they speak softly, you will understand. That is the foundation of safety. 5. Why does your dog need you to be the same person every day? Your dog does not need you to be perfect. They do not need you to always be happy, always available, or always full of energy. But they do need you to be predictable. One day, you are warm and gentle. Another day, you are distant and cold. Today, you allow your dog to lie next to you. Tomorrow, you get irritated because they come too close. On the weekend, you play with them a lot, but for the rest of the week, you barely look at them. The rules in the house change depending on your mood. For humans, that is life. For dogs, it is a map that keeps being redrawn. They do not know which version of you will show up. And when they cannot predict the most important person in their life, they have to keep watching all the time. A common misunderstanding is thinking that only yelling or neglect can stress a dog. But inconsistency alone can be enough to stop a dog's nervous system from fully settling down. A dog who always has to monitor their owner will have a hard time truly relaxing. They may lie near you, but still listen to every footstep. They may look at you, but there is caution in their eyes. They may love you, but that does not mean they can fully let their guard down beside you. Translated into dog language, they may be saying, "I don't need you to be at your best all the time. I just need to know who you are when I come close." The right response is to stay consistent in the things that matter. Feed them around a familiar time. Walk them with the same patience. Respond to their signals with the same respect, even when you are tired. If you cannot play for long today, create a short ritual, a few minutes sitting beside them, a simple greeting, or a touch they have agreed to. Stability does not make love feel dry. It makes love feel trustworthy. Dogs do not only need to be cared for, they need to be understood in the smallest moments. When they avoid eye contact, when they come over to sniff you, when they feel confused by change, when they say no, and when they need to know that today, you are still their safe person. If this video made you see your dog differently, comment number 1. Share this video with someone who also has a dog, because they may be missing these tiny signals too. And subscribe to Paws and Patterns to understand dogs through signals, not assumptions. Because when you learn to hear what your dog is saying through their body, you do not just take better care of your dog. You become a safer place in their world.